Hi, welcome back to BizJet TV. It's Fab Poli here, and today we're going to talk about 5 Indian entrepreneurs that have their own private jets. Yes, India is a big market for private jets. In fact, right now there are 165 private jets which are listed and domiciled in India. But Bombardier did some research a couple of years ago, and their forecast says that by 2032 there will be 1,415 private jets in India. So we're going to go from 165, which were here in 2019, to 2032, which is like 12 to 13 years away, up to 1,400 plus private jets. So it's a major growth. So let's go and look at 5 business entrepreneurs right now in India that actually have their own private jets, who these people are, what jets they have, and what type of business they're in. Now, the first person we're going to look at is Mr. Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani is the richest man in India. He's the chairman of the Reliance Industries. He operates a Boeing Business Jet 2, which is basically a Boeing 737-800 turned into a private jet. He's in the oil business, primarily, also into textiles and retail and lots of other businesses, but the main core business is oil. He obviously, with his aeroplane, travels all over the world to do business, which is why he has a private jet, saves him stacks of time. So that's the first one, so Mr. Mukesh Ambani. The second person we're going to look at is Mr. Gautam Singhania, just retired now from being chairman of Raymond Group. It's a big fashion designer in India, the Giorgio Armani of India, basically. He's decided to sort of step down from the chairman position to spend more time with the family and spend more time in the strategy seat for his group of companies, which is not just in the fashion business but lots of other outlets as well. Gautam Singhania operates the Challenger 604. That's what he has. He travels around the world. He comes to Europe often, travels around the Middle East, and that to promote his business. The third person we're going to look at is Mr. P Singh. He's a real estate developer. He's a chairman of DLF Limited in India. He operates a Gulfstream G450. Again, he uses the airplane to travel around the world doing his real estate investments. Fourth person we're going to look at is Mr. Lakshmi Mittal, very famous because he is the owner of the world's largest steel company. He's actually based in London, but he does travel back and forth to India a lot in his Gulfstream G550, and that's what he does. And the last but not least person we're going to talk about is Mr. Ratan Tata. He's a chairman emeritus of the Tata Group, which make buses and cars and other things, and he flies around in a Falcon 2000. So these are 5 prominent entrepreneurs in India that own their private jets. They use them for business, and as I said before, just 165 private jets right now, but that number is going to go from 165 to over 1,400. So obviously lots of people in India right now which are jumping onto the entrepreneurship bandwagon. And if you are watching this from India and you are an entrepreneur or want to become an entrepreneur, look at what these 5 people I just mentioned have done and look at how they've used a business jet to grow their business. Bombardier forecasting that, this number is going to go up exponentially. So you really do need a private jet if you want to grow your business and do business quickly and faster and in a more flexible fashion. The business jet is really key. The struggle we're going to have with India, like a lot of these developing countries, is the infrastructure. In India itself, they need to build more airports. They need the airports to be a bit more business friendly. They need to build some specific airports purely dedicated to private jets, like we have in London. London Farnborough is a private jet airport. We have Biggin Hill, we have London City, and we have a number of airports in the UK which are primarily dedicated to private aviation. Same in Paris. We have Paris Charles de Gaulle and Paris Orly, which are the main airports, but there's always Paris Le Bourget, which is the private jet airport in Paris, purely dedicated for that. Same in New York. We've got New York Teterboro, which is dedicated to private jets, as well as all the main airports. So one thing that India really does need to do for the future in order to be able to accommodate and house this big surge in private jets, which is going to happen over the next 10 to 15 years, is to build some private jet friendly airports in order to accommodate that, because there's going to be a lot of people flying into India to do business on their private jets, and then of course the Indian entrepreneurs are going to be expanding their businesses internationally, so they're going to need to be able to house their private jets in a hangar at a facility, an FBO. So big opportunities in India to do business, big opportunities for the private jet industry, and there's already people that are doing stuff in India with private jets, and there's going to be a lot more coming in the future. So watch this space. That's all from Fab Poli here at BizJet TV. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like this video, share this video, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.